Savannah is 15 years of age and attends the Cedar Bridge Academy. Upon graduation, Savannah plans to attend university to study actuarial science. Savannah is an exemplary student and has maintained an honor roll level. She recently received the award for highest grade received in her year group for mathematics. Savannah has always had a flair for fashion and modeling also. For the past 2 years, she has participated in the Evolution fashion show. Her photographs were then featured in the local news publications. Savannah is outgoing and compassionate and has fondly been given the nickname of Little Ambassador. By her teachers, as she could always be seen trying to make the new students feel welcomed. Savannah says she's proud to represent the area of Paget West and to be given the opportunity to be an ambassador for the country of Bermuda. Next, we have Miss Devonshire Zaire Bean. Zaire is 17 years of age and attends the Barclay Institute. Upon graduation, she wants to pursue a career in journalism. Zaire has maintained a high grade point average, with English being her favorite subject. She has received her Duke of Edinburgh Bronze and Silver Awards, and this year was elected as Bermuda's Youth Parliament Historian. Zaire enjoys writing poetry and recently had a poem published within the book, I Wish I Could Tell You. Zaire is also involved in various classes at the Center of Talented Youth. In 10 years' time, Zaire could see herself as a traveling journalist and plans to bring out the best in every great opportunity.
Miss Pembroke, Sophia Hodson. Sophia is 15 years of age and attends the Bermuda Institute. Upon graduation, she hopes to pursue a career teaching English and as a singer. Sophia loves to read and manages to maintain a superior grade average. Her favorite subject is religious studies. Outside of school, Sophia volunteers at the Cornerstone Nursery School and attends voice lessons. Sophia considers herself to be a vigorous and well-determined individual. She believes that nothing great comes easy, but with God, anything and everything is possible. Sophia says the pageant has been a new experience in building confidence, and she has made many friends along the way. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Pembroke. Miss St. George's North, Stevante McCallan. Stevante is 17 years of age and attends the Barclay Institute. Upon graduation, Stevante wants to pursue a career in forensic science, with hopes of later securing a position within Bermuda's law enforcement. Stevante has received many awards academically. She has successfully completed 3 GCSE exams and her bronze and silver Gold Duke of Edinburgh Awards. She is currently working towards obtaining her Gold Award, in which she will venture through the Australian wilderness next year. Stevante has received awards for netball and dance, but her passion is dancing. She is one of the founders of the local group named Diverse Conception. Her group has approximately 40 members, and they've danced at local events such as the Christmas and Bermuda Day parades. Stevante's dream is to help others to accomplish their own dreams through encouragement. She wants to help the people of Bermuda to connect their positive ideas in hopes of bringing us all closer together. Miss St. George's North, Stevante McCallan.
Next, we have Miss Sandy's Kwame Harris. Kwame is 16 years of age and will be entering her final year at the Barclay Institute in September. Upon graduation, she plans to attend Kent University in the UK to study law. Kwame has received numerous academic awards. Most recently, her team placed second in the annual Butterfield Student Challenge. She has already completed 5 GCSE exams and plans to complete at least 2 more before leaving high school. Outside of school, Kwame participates in an array of activities such as African dance, singing, acting, public speaking, and karate. She has traveled abroad to compete in netball, football, and track and field. Kwame says this pageant represents the start of a new chapter in her life, and regardless of the outcome, she will certainly leave with a sense of pride.
Miss Southampton, Alicia Kirby. Alicia is 17 years of age and attends the Bermuda High School for Girls, currently pursuing her International Baccalaureate designation. Alicia has excelled academically, receiving multiple merit scholarship and model student awards. She received the Best Student Award in 2009 and 2010. And for the past 2 years, Alicia has attended Model United Nations conferences and was awarded the Student Leader of Internationalism. Alicia has completed 10 GCSE exams with top grades in English Literature and Geography. She has also received her Bronze and Silver Duke of Edinburgh Awards. Outside of school, Alicia has been involved with the Bermuda Cadet Corps, Bermuda Blades, fencing, and archery club. She has also received certificates in Taekwondo and skiing. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Southampton. Ladies and gentlemen, your top 5 in no particular order. Alicia Kirby, Miss Southampton. Miss Devontae McCallan, St. George's North. Miss Tiana Booth, St. George's South. Miss Sands, Kwame Harris. And your final 5th contestant, in no particular order, Zaire Bean, Miss Devonshire. There we have it, ladies and gentlemen.
Bermuda, we are living in some serious times. Good evening once again, and I hope all of you are enjoying the show. Did you know that Bermuda's per capita murder rate hit a skyrocket high in 2011 to almost the global average? Okay, I know I'm probably sure that you're wondering why crime. For 2 reasons. Firstly, I have a personal interest in forensic science. And secondly, and most importantly, Bermuda is facing some serious times. So far this year alone, there have been 11 firearm indictments before the courts. People are afraid to leave their homes, and most importantly, and terrified to travel in certain areas of the islands. No one should feel this way. I know there is no real answer to solving crime completely, and despite the negative attitude, that little can be done to stop crime. We can first stop the crime by educating the youth at a young age. Statistics show that the more widespread education is, the less crimes are committed. In addition to educating the crimes, parents, you need to get involved in your children's lives as much as possible. You are as much as responsible for their behavior as for them themselves. Talking to your children can be a big difference. Tell them facts, true stories, and possible consequences for crime. And most importantly, listen to them. In addition, you can have neighborhood watches. With neighborhood watches, children may feel safer to ride their bikes or even just to play a game of soccer. It just takes one person to speak out and get the attention of others so that everyone can walk through their lives without any feelings of fear. Everyone has to come to terms with crime. It is a reality. Thank you all for listening to my speech. Crime. 3 girls that I must say that have done a lot to me for this year in Miss Teen Bermuda Islands pageant 2012 is to act more poised, to show more respect about your body. You are a lady. And lastly, to know how to speak out more. And I must say that the one that I have that has done the most for me was to act more like a lady. Because I used to be a tomgirl. I used to like to do a lot of other things Thank you.
Thank you. May we please call contestant number 2 to the stage? May take a while. They have to actually come from downstairs. So, oh, there she is. Alicia, whenever you're ready, please begin your platform.
Okay. Too fat, too skinny, too tall, too short, but never perfect. The perfect body is killing our generation quicker than we realize. Eating disorders, such as anorexia nervosa, are becoming a bigger problem each and every day. How many of you wanted to lose a little bit of weight? How many of you have actually stopped to consider what fueled that motive in the first place? Each and every day, we are inundated with images that society thinks is beautiful, and more young men and women are molding themselves to this by whatever means necessary. 20 years ago, a model would be 8% of the weight less than the average woman. Today, a model weighs more than 25% less than the average woman. However, the problem is a lot deeper than this. 1 out of 9, both boys and girls, aged 10 years old and younger, say they're unhappy with the way they look. Tell me I'm not the only one who sees a problem with this. The disease that is stricken and become obsessive to many teens and adults is called anorexia nervosa. How many of you know what I'm talking about? How many of you have watched someone suffer from this? I have. I mean, it's not easy to spot at first, but then the signs become clear. What started as a psychological problem takes a physical toll. They suffer from loss of energy, skin discoloration, excessive weight loss, mood swings, and lack of sleep. I mean, can you stand to watch someone you love go through these things because they don't feel like they fit into society? Although the road to recovering from anorexia is a hard one, 15% of those people who struggle with it will die from it. Bermuda, I tell you that we need to change the way we view ourselves and others. Who are we to judge what size and shape makes someone unattractive? Too often, we forget that the Bible says we are all fearfully and wonderfully made. We need to take our time and realize that we are all different, and each and every one of us, no matter our looks, shapes, and sizes, are truly beautiful. So next time you take the time out to judge someone based on their looks, shapes, and size, remember, you don't know their story. Thank you.
Okay. Alicia, I'm going to read the question to you.
Okay.
Take your time and answer it when you feel ready.
All right.
Mr. Smith and the 2012 committee has lots of goals they would like you to achieve as a contestant in the Miss Teen Bermuda Islands pageant 2012. What would you say are 3 of these goals, and which one have you found to be most beneficial?
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question?
Sure. Mr. Smith and the 2012 committee has lots of goals they would like for you to achieve as a contestant in the Miss Teen Bermuda Islands pageant 2012. Which would you say are 3 of these goals, and which one have you found to be the most beneficial?
I would say 3 of the goals have been to improve the girls' confidence that participate in the pageant, to help them. The second one would be to help them to outshine through the community, to be able to instill in other girls what they can be and the potential they have. The third one I would say would be just to help us to believe in ourselves and show the community that there are still some good youth that they can believe in as well.
And which one have you found to be most beneficial?
I would say the one where they are helping us to believe in ourselves more and helping the community to believe in us, as we are all young individuals and we do have potential that we are striving to reach on a daily basis. Thank you.
Thank you, Alicia. May we call contestant number 3, and you can leave the stage. Thank you. Whenever you're ready, you can begin your platform speech.
The reality of a generation. The reality is that the youth of today can only display such disrespect, ungodliness in an ill-mannered way. Their dress, music, and culture is all a disgrace. They don't have the courage to run life's race. But no, let me stop you in your tracks. That is your reality, your opinion, not facts. I must object, for we are a chosen generation, full of hope and aspiration. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to talk to you tonight about implementing more programs for the youth. I am here to talk to you about this generation, my generation, the generation that seems to have been condemned by the rest of society. I've heard you talking. I've heard all your generalized comments. However, let me tell you this. We are the future, and don't forget that. I agree, there are various organizations, facilities, and programs that help to give the youth what they need. And I also admit that there have been a few bad seeds in this generation. However, with a little water and the right nutrients, every seed has the capability to grow. I believe that there are various organizations that provide the nutrients for children to grow. However, I have yet to see one which incorporates all of these nutrients into one big meal. The children need somewhere to go. They need somewhere that specializes in everything, from sports to education to performing arts, right down to mentoring. The children need a place to prove to the world that an entire generation has not been lost. They need a place, we need a place, to prove to society that we still are somebody. I believe that the program that I am suggesting is especially crucial during this hard economic time. Parents are forced to take 2 and 3 jobs simply to support their children. This is especially detrimental to single parents, which means that more and more children are left alone with idle time. However, this organization will help to empower these children so that they know that they are welcome and they are never alone. Here on this stage, there are 10 young ladies who prove to you that there is still positive in this generation. They each have their own background, their own story, and they have each endured their own hardships. However, they persevere because they are striving for a goal. I believe that children need a goal to strive for. Therefore, when they are trapped between a rock and a hard place, they won't simply say yes to the first escape that is offered to them. This is why I believe that more programs are needed for the youth. So let me leave you with this. We are merely preordained to sustain, obtain, and exclaim the greatness that we all shall attain, because we are God's children, and God knows our name. Thank you.
Thank you, Kwame. So now we're going to read for you your question. You can answer it when you're ready. Mr. Smith and the 2012 committee had lots of goals that they wanted you to achieve as a contestant in the Miss Teen Bermuda Islands pageant 2012. What will you say are 3 of these goals, and which one have you found to be the most beneficial?
I would say that the 3 goals that Mr. Smith and the rest of the committee have aimed for us to achieve in this pageant would have to be the ones that lie right there in the creed: integrity, responsibility, and pride. I would have to say that they are all important. However, I believe that responsibility is the most important. Responsibility does not simply mean that when you have something, you remember that you bought it and you don't leave it. Responsibility entails everything. It entails being on time. It entails taking responsibility for your actions and who you are. And therefore, I believe that those are the three qualities that they would hope for us to achieve. Thank you.
Tiana, whenever you're ready, please present your platform speech.
Good evening, everyone. My platform will be about respect. Respect. Ask yourself, do I show enough respect? Do I ever act like I have respect? Respect is something that everyone should have. Each human being, everyone. When you have respect, you show kindness. You help somebody up the stairs. You help old people cross the street. You even help people up the stairs if you need it. Once again, respect. What would you say respect is to you? Find it in your heart. Am I kind to a person? Do I help people out? Do I even comment or be disrespectful? Students sometimes tend to show a little disrespect. A teacher simply corrects them, and they're like, yeah, okay. Is that respectful? Even talking back. Yeah, I'll do that later. Forget that, okay? No, that's not showing any respect. Sometimes respect is shown unattendedly. I don't mean it, but but it's how you show it. If you show it like, yeah, okay, no, you say, yeah, I'll do it. Your mother asks you to clean your room. Yeah, man, I'll get to that later. Let me do what I want to do. No, I don't think so. You just say, yeah, I'll do it, Mom. As soon as she says it, right after. Respect. In school, outside, wherever you are, just show it. We're all human beings. We're all one. So show respect to each other every day, whenever you can. Respect is how we get along. It's how the world goes round. Thank you.
So Tiana, I'm going to read you the question whenever you're ready. Mr. Smith and the 2012 committee have lots of goals that they would like for you to achieve as a contestant in the Miss Teen Bermuda Islands pageant 2012. What would you say are 3 of these goals, and which one have you found to be most beneficial?
Can you repeat the question one more time, please?
Sure.
Thank you.
Mr. Smith and the 2012 committee have lots of goals they would like for you to achieve as a contestant in the Miss Teen Bermuda Islands pageant 2012. What will you say are 3 of these goals, and which one have you found to be the most beneficial?
3 of the goals that I believe that Mr. Smith and everyone else would expect is how I represent myself as a lady, how I stand, and how I must speak. The third one, which is how I must speak, is the one that I believe is the most important. Because it's how you introduce yourself and how you must represent yourself. Speech is what you're going to do the rest of your life, and you must speak it. You must speak in a polite form, since you're a lady, since I'm a lady. And yes, speech will be the most important.
Thank you, Tiana.
Sorry.
Whenever you're ready, you may present your platform speech.
Words from Barrington Levy, vice versa love. As a young lady in the island of Bermuda, growing up, I have constantly heard from elder generations, you children are nothing like how my generation was. I have come to the conclusion that somewhere along the way, we as Bermudians have lost our way. Leading up to tonight, I struggle with trying to find an issue within our community that stands out to me most. I was stuck between the lack of unity within our community and the and the poor decisions I see my peers making on a daily basis. Both are very important flaws I feel our island struggles with. As a result of the lack of unity within our community, our young people have little support systems, and in many cases, some have none at all, which lead to them being easily influenced. Most of our young people are falling into the cracks before anybody can reach out to them. It has come to the point where children as young as the age of 12 are involved in gangs, dealing or using drugs, as well as involving in sexual activities. Yes, we do have programs that deal with these matters and that keep our children out of harm's way, such as YouthNet, the Duke of Edinburgh Award in Bermuda, Youth Parliament, Rally International, Mirrors, which also offers a parenting class, and to top the endless list of, some parishes have community centers which welcome everyone. It is evident that these young people who fall into the cracks and lose their way do not seek out help. Instead, they feel it is easier to give in to the negative influences that surround our children today. We, as citizens of Bermuda and Bermudians who wish to save the young men and women of the future, must come together and reach out just a bit more and go that extra mile and say, hey, I may not be a family member nor a friend, but I am a concerned neighbor, a neighbor who wishes to see you excel, who cares, who wishes to see you touch the moon, a fellow Bermudian who realizes that one mind going to waste is one mind too many. We as Bermudians must come together and become each other's support system in order to save our young people from the negative influences that surround them in today's society. Please, Bermuda, I beg you to understand that this does affect us as a whole. We as Bermudians must love, support, and respect one another if we intend on growing as a country. It starts with the people, and let's support our youth, for they are the future. One community, one heart, one love. Live above the influence, Bermuda. Thank you so much.
Zaire, I'm going to ask you your question. Okay. You can answer when I'm ready.
Yeah.
Mr. Smith and the 2012 committee has had lots of goals that they wanted you to achieve as a contestant in the Miss Teen Bermuda Islands pageant 2012. What will you say are 3 of these goals, and which one have you found to be most beneficial?
I have to say, 3 of the girls, okay, let me start at this. Entering this competition was totally a jump. I did not come into this competition with goals, but what I am taking out of the competition, if I become Miss Teen Bermuda Island 2012, or if I don't become Miss Teen Bermuda Island 2012, I will take away a great experience. I will take away great friendships that I have made. And I will take away myself as a very positive young lady, a young lady that has grown, a young lady that will, no matter what, continue to excel and try to do good within her community. Thank you.